Okay, guys, Chris Cullen back with you on CC's Aquatic Adventures, and I just want to get on here real quick and explain to you guys again what our channel is all about. Now, I've gotten some comments and some stuff said to me about how our content's kind of boring. We do the same thing every day. This channel is strictly for educational and just to show you what we do every day. I don't really get into elaborate videos. This is just a journey of our everyday life here at CC's Aquatic Adventures. Um, and I do different things. I different projects. I show you guys what I do. It's nothing great or elaborate. I'm not trying to get subscribers. I'm just trying to show you guys how we do things. One of the reasons why is because we had a plan with this channel, and that plan took a turn because of my health, and we went in a different direction. So we're just showing you guys what we do. On an everyday basis, just to show you how we keep fish and how we do things. So it's not about making money or getting subscribers. It's about how we do things and how much fun we have doing it. So that's the reason why. And like I said, the original plan was to have we were going to have a. I was trying to get an aquarium business, aquarium maintenance business, where I would go out and set tanks up and show you guys different fish and rescue fish. And it just because of my health, I wasn't able to do that. So this is just a journey on what we do every day. So just be aware if you see something you don't like, just don't watch it or skip it. But this is going to be another update video. I'm going to show you some pictures of videos of the pond, but we're not going to go into that much detail because the pond videos don't do that well. So I will not label it or title it anything about the pond. We're just going to give you guys updates on a couple things. First is the pond. So let me go out there and turn the camera around and show you guys what we got going on. So I won't make this long, guys, because I know these videos don't keep people's attention, but this is the deck pond that we built. There's my bog filter, as you can see, and you can see these flowers just going nuts, or these plants going crazy. This is vining very, very nicely. You can see it's vining up to here, back there. They're actually growing flowers now, little buds right there too. Really, really pretty. There's a nice flower over here too. It's like a different type of flower, but the flowers are growing on this thing. And these are Rose Queen Japanese Iris. That's what this is here. It's actually growing another flower there, as you can see. This lily, haven't really getting a flower out of it yet. I'm not sure why. I'm hoping that one of these will be a flower, but it's still early in the season. And you can see we have only pea gravel and one of my favorite things to use for beneficial bacteria is this right here. That is lava rock. I use it um, in my canister filter, and I use it in this deck pond here. I did say I want to grow these plants or move these plants, but I think I'm going to leave them in here. I want to see how big this lily gets. And if it doesn't do any, you can see that the leaves are still doing great, so that it's a really good growth. Now this here is not what frog fruit is called. This is going crazy, guys. Look at that. It's nuts. This is what we envisioned when we did this project. If you look real quick, and I'll show you the deck real quick, but my wife was trying to get a lot of growth out of these plants, but she's had to work a lot lately because of my health. So she's taken on a lot of responsibility. But if you can see all the flowers we got going on here, the tomato plants, other things. Let me just fix this real quick. You can see that the original plan was to have all these plants mix in with the pond and not make a big scene, with the fish. My wife is always, put fish and everything, or make fish part of our life in every way. But this is not really, you don't even notice the fish. You just notice the pond and what the plants are growing out of. And it's a perfect example, guys. So I'll pick these plants up here. A bunch of tomato plants. We still have to grow stuff, but you can see the premise of what we were trying to do. We kind of kind of stuff's growing, some stuff is not. Haven't really taken care of it that great, but that was the original plan. Anyway, you can see the goldfish in there doing really good. They're still kind of small. We're gonna get them bigger, but um, it just goes to show you. This is about 25 gallons, I would say, um, maybe a little bit less. But we'll have to move those fish eventually. But you can see how healthy the fish look on the top of the tank. Um, it just, you got a lot of oxygen in there because I use a sponge filter and I use a bubbler, and of course the sponge filter is a great thing to use if because not only does it filter the water, but it also creates oxygen level, and it's good to have it in the winter and the summertime to get oxygen level in the water if the water gets too hot or too cold. So we'll probably move this deck pond in the house in the wintertime or in the garage. But for now, you can see that the growth in this thing is amazing. I want to see it vine. You see a vine over here. Vine, I guess. I want to see it vine up the house. So we're still in June. I'm hoping to see how this thing does by August or September. But you can see it's doing really good. So you can see the goldfish in there. There's white cloud minnows in there too. They're living their life. The water's crystal clear, and I'm trying to get to the point where we just use the bog filter. So that's all I'm going to show you guys. I wanted to show you how much growth we got, and how we just all the plants growing on that little bog filter, which is not really little, but it's kind of big. But we're getting some really good growth, guys. So that's the update in that pond. That's all I do. Let me give you an update on the babies. I want to show you guys what we got going on downstairs. Okay, hold on. Okay, guys. So these are the guppy babies I took out of the guppy tank. I moved them into the bowl. We'll keep these guys in there until they get a little bigger. It's loaded in there with fish. You don't really see them a lot, but they're in the plants. I did have a beta in here. Remember I told you guys that the beta died and jumped out. That's why you got this thing on under lock and key. It took the plant out of there, so these fish don't jump out. I don't think they will, but betas have a tendency to jump if there's no lid on it. So that was my mistake. But you can see this is what we got going on. Nothing in that tank still. We got some flies in here, but this is pretty much a tank I was doing an experiment on. I do have some snails in there. This is a black worm culture, and it smells. And there's some shrimp, some snails in there. And also we got more guppies down here, more babies. And if I do get another beta, they'll be going in here. Of course, you got the snail tank. I got this fish in here who has a tumor. Haven't been able to treat him very good, but he's doing okay. No fish in there, but obviously, guys, once we get going with the breeding, we already got 2 tanks of guppies. And I'm gonna have another tank with mollies too, probably over here. Eventually, we'll do molly babies, but I want all these tanks to be filled with babies at one point. That's what our goal is. As you can see, this is just a platy tank. We're just doing. There's a bunch of babies in there. You can see, there's more in there, but I don't know where they are. I actually just did a whole full water change on these tanks. We did it a while ago. So, yeah, those are platies. I thought we had more in there. There's one popping up back there. Here come up. You see them. They're actually getting pretty big. But yeah, those are platies. They're doing really good. I also changed these filters down here too. They were a little black. This one especially. I might have to change these again. But that's because we have babies in there, and we want to be careful that this tank is always clear. And you can see the babies in there doing pretty good. I pretty much kept the convicts in there. If you guys know anything about convicts, they'll breed like crazy. You can see, you can see all the babies in there. We're gonna let these guys do what they do. We'll see what happens. But I was telling you guys before, you want to be careful with these babies. Always only run a sponge filter like this one. You can see the fish get a little scary, but I've been feeding these guys about twice a day. I actually made a food from my hair like this. Just little granules. I do what other people do, and I just grind it up into like a powder. And they're actually eating on their own now. Mama is not helping them eat anymore. You can see they're free swimming, um, and we don't know what we're gonna do with the mama yet. Not sure, but we got plenty of baby brine, crunched up food. We also got we use Daphnia, Cyclops. These guys get a mixture of food. They'll get big. You'll see they got big already in the first couple of weeks. Mama and Papa don't bother them. There's always a chance that they will, but it looks like these guys are really good parents and they're not touching them. So I'm very excited about that. You can see they don't like me going near the tank, but I just wanted to show you that guy real quick. And of course, we got the angelfish that we had been able to save a couple of eggs. These guys are still growing out. I'm a little bit worried about this guy. He's still kind of small. He hasn't really grown that much as I've seen, but he is getting picked on too. So we got to keep an eye on that. His temperature is also higher. I had it at about 86, and I think it should probably be a little bit too high. Actually, 84. I'm sorry. I moved it down. You know, this has a sponge filter in it, and also a one of those old Whisper um, uh, internal filter they call them. And also I have one over here too for this tank. So they're a little bit they're not as strong as the other filters. They're very light duty, and I just needed to clean work with this filter here. A lot of times with sponge filters, a lot of stuff stays in the bottom. You want this stuff to kick up. You know, if you got some bubbles, a bubble, you want to keep that kicked up into the filter. That's why I use two. This one you can't put another internal filter because of the babies. They'll suck them in. So I just use sponge filter net. And that's the update in this, guys. I just wanted to show you the what we got going on as far as the I call this the breeding nook, or the whole thing is called the fish nook. This is just a mixture of fish we had that we put all together. I did lose the two mollies, guys. I don't know why. It seems like whenever I buy fish from this one fish store I go to, they don't really do well. The other fish I get are actually from Petco or PetSmart, believe it or not. You know, so in there you can see Barnrio tetras. We got a couple of gold barbs, rosy barbs, and a couple of barbs. I already showed you guys this, but this is pretty much our barb tank. Snakeskin barbs are in there, back there. They're doing pretty good. Let's see. All right, there's one right there. He's getting pretty big, actually. But I just turned this light on so you can see them all popping up now. They were probably hiding back there, but you can see all the fish in there. I also remember I moved the what do you call it? I can't think of the name off the top of my head. The flying fox. There you go. That's it, guys. That's the update down here. Hope you enjoyed the video. We're just going to show you real quick upstairs what we did, and then we'll end it, okay? Okay, guys. The last thing I wanted to show you is the severums. We had to move the severums. Right there, there's one of them. There's both of them right there. We had to move into the 55-gallon because of just because they're bigger fish. They're going to get about 9-10 inches, sometimes a foot. So I wanted to move them to a bigger tank, just to let them grow a little bit before I put them into 125, which is where they're going. Because that'd be bigger. I want to put them in with the Green Terror and the Jack Dempsey. So these guys have become really good together. They're actually pretty good friends with the blue Acaras, which is a good thing. I haven't seen any aggression yet. If I do, obviously we'll have to move them out. When I first moved them in here, the Brashardi was going a little crazy. He was going after these guys. So
For right now, we're gonna leave them in there and see how they do. And that's pretty much the only update we have in here. We had them in here. I got the green terror in there right now, and once we get the green terror to be better, he's gonna go down in here. Okay, guys. So until next time, remember, if you can't own them, rehome them, and like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. All right, we'll see you next time.